I am excited today to talk about mindset, because mindset is one of the most important things that you need to work on if you or me want to be the leader in the marketplace. So let's tackle two animals that I think if we study close, will able to give us an insight of how we can become, so that we can become the best versions of ourselves, both personally and in the marketplace. So the two animals that we are going to be looking at so keenly and observing, this will be the eagle and the lion. So of course we know that the eagle is the king of the birds and the lion is the king of the jungle. So from a personal point of view, I feel like these animals, not like they're the tallest or they're the heaviest or they're the strongest. What sets them aside from any other animal in the kingdom is how they are able to think and how they react, how they just react to circumstances and situations. The way the lion tries to approach their enemy is that it tends to look at that enemy as a sort of a prey and a sort of an attack, and they look at them as a meal. So when the lion faces any other animal, they feel like this is a meal. So this lion is charging towards that animal. But if you look at the other animal who is being attacked, they look at the lion as the attacker. So instead of them facing them head on, even maybe it's a buffalo and they're stronger, they'll try to run away because they feel like this one is going to eat me, because they already feel like a prey. So I believe if we are the people who will be looking at business like this is a meal, we will be going for it. But if we start looking at this business like, oh, what if it finishes me? Then you're done for. So mindset is very important. Now let's jump right into the most exciting one. This is the eagle. So I really admire, and I always, in whatever I do in terms of being an entrepreneur, I am always looking at how the eagle behaves. First on the list, an eagle is always walking alone, always flying alone. Whenever you spot an eagle, most of the time you'll realize that they are alone. And this is because it's sort of trying to avoid unnecessary company or company that is not really important or productive for them. Because when they're flying alone, it's not easy for you to notice them. So that if, for example, an eagle is trying to go and attack a little chick on the ground, you'll find that this eagle, if they come in a crowd, the mother will easily notice them and hide the chicks. But if the eagle is able to move alone, they're able to spot that prey from wherever they are, and they can charge without being noticed. This is because they are alone. So sometimes in what we do, it's good to walk alone, because sometimes not all the company is really productive in what we do. You might have a business idea that you want to bring forth to the world, but then if you try to share it with a friend, the friend will not really understand your capability and your vision. So a friend will maybe discourage you or maybe not psych you up enough, and if you are really depending on that friend for the psych, you may not get this right kind of encouragement that you are looking for. So some of the things are better left to yourself and for you to work on your own. Something else that I also noticed is that the eagle's vision is clear and far. This eagle can literally just notice a chick from like hundreds of meters away. The eagle could be just so much high up in the sky, but they'll still notice that far. So this could be really implemented into our lives in such a way that in whatever you do, don't just have a short-term vision for yourself. Because the short-term visuals include like money, paying rent, and maybe just buying the next stock. But if you focus really on the long-term vision, you're not going to be disturbed by these little things that you go through here in the process, because you'll tell yourself, let me just make sure I am surviving right now, but you're looking at the end, which is the future, which is more clearer for you. So write down a vision plan, just have a maybe 5 years vision for what you wish to do, and you'll find that each and every day you're making a step towards that vision. And in the process, without you realizing it, you'll find that you've already been able to overcome some of these beginning challenges, and you are really at a place where now you're stable. To me, a long-term vision plan is like a staircase. A staircase, when you look at the topmost part of a staircase, it seems like it's so far. But if you're working on a long-term vision, then you'll be observing at the landing of the staircase, but really working on the small steps. And before you realize, you'll find yourself maybe midway. So if you look back, you'll realize you've really come a long way and you've made progress. So looking at a long-term vision really helps you to grow even from the little capacity that you are. Something else that I also noticed was that the eagle does not eat dead animals. Dead animals in this context can be looked at as the past. So the eagle does not focus on the past. The past is left there because it is dead. So we only focus on the future. So let's be people who focus on the future, because now when we're struggling with the past is dead. The eagle also enjoys storms and strong winds. So when you look at the storms and the strong winds, these are really talking about the hardships. the eagle enjoys the hard situations. So hard situations could also come in this context to talk about maybe ideas that are difficult to start, ideas that maybe are so troublesome to implement and all. So the more difficult it is to start a certain business, the more profitable it is, because more people are trying to shy away from that business idea. So if you're the person who really embraces the challenge, the most challenging things to do, you'll end up finding that your challenge will become your profitability, because when other people are moving away from this sector, you are coming in and you're embracing those hardships. So let's go for ideas that maybe are not so common, or rather maybe just basic, because I've encountered some people, maybe they start a business because that's what everyone else is doing. Now the challenge comes in here because you're going to start a business that is already flooded in the market. This does not even give you the advantage of customers, because for instance, if in that locality you had 20 customers that day and there are 10 of you doing the same thing, that is 2 clients for everyone. But if you look for something that has not been done, something that has not been done in most cases is the most challenging thing. So just embrace the most challenging ideas and then try them, and you'll find that you'll be the only person doing them, and in that you'll be in demand. You see, so there'll be demand for your services because now they are rare, and that is where now you can be able to take advantage and charge as you wish, because when something is difficult to do, you can also set your price. You're the one who now calls the shots. You can set your price and charge as you wish, and you're going to become more profitable. It's going to become more profitable for you in that business. The eagle also tests the commitment of their partners. Their partners in this context can be looked at as the people who you maybe decide to partner with in terms of the business. Maybe you're starting a business and you want to find a business partner to maybe help each other with the running of the business or the capital. You have to really test the commitment of the people you're working with, because if you are signing an agreement with somebody who is not reliable, the business will end up falling, however good it is. Because for a business to stand, the people who are carrying that business are most vital for them to be operating at the best for the business to stand. However good of an idea, if the people or the team inside that business are not good enough, the business will still fall. So it is good to test the commitment of the people you work with in terms of the staff, maybe the people who supply us with. We make sure that they are committed so that our dream can move forward. So finally, at the age of 40, an eagle is usually reached at the final stages of their life. So at this point, they have 2 options. They can decide to die or go through the painful process of a rebirth, which takes about 5 months. So during these 5 months, the eagle is just at an inert state where they are going to like knock their beak on a stone until it breaks. Their feathers are going to fall off. So it's a very painful process for them. So for them to go through this process, they have to make that difficult decision of going through the pain. During these 5 months, they're not going to eat. They'll be isolated. So these are difficult situations for that eagle. So we must be willing to go through hard situations or make difficult situations. These difficult situations, if I bring them into the context of maybe an entrepreneur or a business person, is like things like deciding to go broke to fund that business, maybe staying without drinking all the 3 meals in a day, staying with 2 meals or a meal per day so that you can sustain that business. You might decide now maybe to become the person who does everything. You can sacrifice that salary that you are supposed to pay an extra person to do the work yourself, so that you can really to do your work yourself, so that you can save that extra income to direct it back into the business to maybe fund the operational costs and some of the stocking of the business. So I believe if we are able to change our mindset and start thinking more like the eagle, we are going far and the sky is the limit. Thank you for tuning in. Stay blessed. Let's meet in the next.